Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga Restore today. I'm so glad that you could join me. So Yoga Restore is all about taking time for you in your busy day to stretch, relax, and feel more calm. So we flow through poses, things change from week to week, but I definitely encourage you to find what variation of poses works for you. Find a way to make the poses accessible. You don't need any equipment for your practice today. However, I will be demonstrating a few poses with a yoga block, 2 yoga blocks. So if you do have those, you can use them. If not, don't worry, I'll give you some variations as well. Also, we will be on the hands and knees for part of our class. And as this is a class that really is focused on your comfort, if you do have tender knees, you can put a cushion or maybe a rolled up towel or blanket so that you feel more comfortable. So having said that, go ahead and make yourself comfy, maybe dim the lights at home, or you could put on some soft music in the background. And let's just take this nice mindful time out together. I hope that you enjoy. So go ahead and roll out your mat. You can have it long ways like I have here, or towards the screen is fine as well. Here are the yoga blocks I was talking about. These can be a great tool to use if your body is very tight. They can help make poses more accessible, but they are not mandatory. Also, as I mentioned, I have just a nice little plain towel here that I'm going to be placing underneath of the knees when we're on hands and knees. So once you're all set up and you've put away any distractions, you've set aside this next while for you, I'm going to invite you to come to a comfortable seated or lying down position. Today, I'm going to demonstrate lying down, but you can do what works best for you. So lying down, you can be all the way out in Shavasana, laying on your back, or you can have your knees bent, which is what I'm going to do today. So find your position. And then I just invite you to place maybe a hand on the belly or a hand on the chest, somewhere to connect with your breathing. At this time, you can gently close your eyes. You don't need to look at the screen. And we're just going to take a few nice deep breaths together. So breathe in your own time and exhale, not forcing the breath. Today, we're going to use a technique called counting the breaths. So for counting the breaths, I invite you, when you breathe in slowly and deeply, to count to a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you exhale, once again, count out. And we'll count to a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Give it a try and see if it resonates with you. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and do that a few more rounds if that works for you. Starting to draw your attention in towards your breath. As you continue this breathing process, I invite you, with those eyes closed, to start to notice maybe any mental chatter or any physical aches and pains. Take a moment and just kind of take stock of how you're doing today. Just notice without judgment where your energy is, where your thoughts are headed. Become an observer of your experience. Take just a moment or two longer, counting the breaths if that resonates with you. And then once you complete your last exhale, you can let the numbers go and just return to the smooth, natural breath. And before we begin our practice today, I invite you to perhaps set an intention or a focal point for your practice. Is there a word or phrase that you would like to be part of your yoga today? Good. When you find your mind wandering during class, or you just need that little extra boost, I'm going to invite you to reflect upon your word, your intention that you have chosen for today. So go ahead, friends, and when you are ready, you can gently open your eyes. If you are not on your back, I would invite you to go there now. We're going to spend a few moments to do a few stretches on our backs today. So you can softly open the eyes, always moving at your pace. Slowly make your way onto the back, about in the middle of your mat. Take a moment to make sure your spine is in alignment with your mat. Your arms can just relax at your sides for now. And then from here, we're going to begin today by just doing little bicycles with the legs. So I invite you to take one leg up, flex the foot up towards the ceiling, and just take a moment maybe to circle the ankle one way or the other. Good. And then we're going to let the leg come down slowly to hover. You can choose how low you want this leg to go. And then you're going to bend the knee and bring it back up. So let's just work with this one leg you've chosen a few times. Get the hang of this. This can go as slow or as quick as you feel today. So I like to think of it as almost like pedaling a bike. So you're bringing the leg down and in, just getting into the hip socket a little, the knee, and the ankle. So just go ahead and play around with this. This is a time for a little bit of free form movement. So if you feel a tight area or you want to pause in a pose or stretch, do so now. Learn to take care of yourself and listen to what your body needs. All right, we'll do about one more here and then we'll just switch legs. Remembering that deep and easy breathing. Awesome. All right, next time you bring that foot down, let's just go ahead and start on the other side. So take your other foot up, take a moment to circle the ankle or point and flex the foot. And then let's begin this process again, slowly lowering down and then bending the knee, lifting up. Great. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Awesome. Just working through your range of motion. Good. Just a few more. Notice how one side may be different than the other. Good. All right, last one. Take a big inhale, lift the leg and float it down. Great. And then plant those feet down a little wider than hip width apart, knees bent. Now we're going to take the legs and we're going to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. So your head can stay facing upright as you slowly allow the knees to fall over at your pace. So maybe the knees touch the ground, maybe they don't. It's okay. If you find a tight spot, and a lot of times this is really a big stretch for the low back, you can hold it for a moment. That is completely fine. Tune into you. So we'll go ahead and do this a few more times from side to side. Good. Do maybe one more to each direction. Remembering to keep that nice, slow, mindful breath. Good. All right, next time you come up, just realign your spine. Good. Making sure it's in contact with the mat, and then go ahead and hug those knees up to your chest. If you'd like, you can rock a little side to side again too. Good. All right. So today we're going to do a really fun little activity with our spine. It's a little more active, so you can always feel free, if it does not work for you, to roll onto your side up to seated. That's where we're heading next. What we're going to do is a Pilates move called rolling like a ball. So you're going to take your hands right behind your knees, and just like the name suggests, we're going to roll. So give it a try and see if that works for you. If that's too intense, just come up to seated. Make sure to breathe as you roll. Good. Let's do about 4 more rolls up to seated. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Come on up. Come to your comfortable seat. If you'd like, you can cross the legs. And then just slowly start to reach forward. Giving yourself a nice little stretch here. Breathe into the stretch. I mentioned I'll demonstrate things with yoga blocks today. So I'm just going to show you all kinds of different things. One thing you can do with yoga blocks is they're a great way when you're folding forward from a seated position to make a little pillow, a little cushion where you could either have your upper body up high or maybe the forehead. Just take 1 or 2 breaths here. Awesome. So we'll be holding some of these poses for a few breaths, so it's not super, super fast moving plus, but always feel free to hold longer or shorter depending on your needs today. All right, we'll come up nice and slow, sitting up nice and tall. Good. Today we're going to do some lovely circles with our torso to really get this midsection loosened up. So it's just like the name suggests. From our seated position, we're going to draw circles with the ribs. I've done this one before in classes, and know that each day is different, but you can make a really big circle like I'm demonstrating here, or perhaps you want to get a little more internal and keep it more upright. Maybe you even just want to move the chest a little front and back. Any of these variations are just fine. If you'd like, next time around, you can change the direction of your circle. Good. Let's do about 3 more circles. Good. All right. Good. And then come up. Let's take our shoulders and just roll them up, back, and down. Releasing any tension we might have accumulated throughout our day. Sitting up nice and tall, let's inhale and exhale, gently twist one way. Good. And then the other way. Great. Really good. And let's take a moment to stretch our head and neck as well. So we'll go ahead and take one ear to one shoulder. If you like, reach your opposite fingertips down just to kind of elongate the stretch down the side. Take a big inhale, exhale here. Great. And then float the head up, other way. Reach your fingertips down, nice neck stretch. Great. Awesome. Let's go ahead and float that head up. And now we're going to do some very gentle free-form head rolls, taking the chin over to one shoulder, center it up. Make sure you do not throw the head back when you go to the back. Basically, just keep it somewhat upright. Here we go. So we're going to go chin to chest, through the middle, over, and then look up. So find your flow with this. Good. Let's do a couple to the other direction. Remember, if this makes you feel dizzy, don't do it. Or keep it slower. Good. All right, coming back to center, very nice. Okay, let's take our hands in front of us, clasp the palms together, flip your palms and head in between the shoulders. Good, hollow out the belly. Let's go ahead and inhale, arch the other way, open the chest. Really nice. Okay. And release. Really good. Okay, we're going to do a few things right now facing the way we are. So depending on your setup at home, you may want to sit on your mat like I am doing, so you have room to move this way. We don't need any towel or cushion right now. So let's go ahead and come into a wide straddle on our mats, whatever that looks like for us. Okay, so let's start with our feet flex. So that means toes to the ceiling. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Let's take one arm up and over. Nice side body stretch. Good. Just starting to get a nice stretch in the side of the waist. Good. Let's inhale, come over, and let's just go right into the other side. Notice how one side may feel different. For a lot of people, this is a stretch in the side body, but it also could be in the low back as well. So just take that opportunity to stretch. Good. Come on up. And now we're going to take both hands up and fold forward. This is a great place if you'd like. I'll just demonstrate. You can use blocks as, once again, a little cushion for your arms or your forehead. So if you'd like to give that a whirl, you may. Go ahead and fold forward and just relax here for a couple breaths. Good. Just stretch it forward. And then when you're ready, nice and slow, let's go ahead and start to come up. Good. So if you are using blocks, you can set it aside for a moment. So what I would like for you to do now is let's go ahead and I'll call out rights and lefts. Just know you're going to do both sides. This is my left. So let's bend our left knee in towards the midline of the body, right leg out. From here, we're going to very gently place our left hand down, lift up onto that knee. You can always put a blanket under that knee. I'm not going to this time. All right, and we've got a straight right leg. So first thing we're going to do is lift our right hand up. So we're coming into a modified side plank. So if you do know plank and you want a little more of a challenge here, you can always take that bottom leg and stack it up, coming into full plank. Since this is a restorative class and it's about relaxing into a pose, I'm going to stick with the modification. So from here, we're going to go ahead, and first thing I want you to do is lift that right leg up, wiggle the toes. We're going to add a little bit of movement here. So what I want you to do now is see if you can tap the foot front and back. So it's just about adding a bit of movement, tuning into our breath as we lift. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more thing here. Let's take the knee to our chest and kick out. Knee to chest, so waking up that hip socket, kick out. Let's go for 4 kicks. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Go ahead and place that right foot out, down on the mat again, long and straight. Using that top right hand, go ahead and inhale, come up and stretch over that extended leg for our gate pose. Nice. Good. All right, big inhale brings you up. Now let's go ahead and come down to our knees, come back out, and let's try that all on the other side. So from our straddle pose, we're going to bend our right leg in, left leg out, realign yourself, readjust if you need to, and then slowly place your hand down, lift up, and find your modified side plank on this side. Put your left arm up. Good. And if you're feeling or experiencing any wrist tension, move the fingers, circle the wrists. Good. Awesome. So let's go ahead and lift that back foot. Circle your ankle. Yep. And let's go ahead and try some taps again. So we'll tap front and back. Front and back. Yep. Try to keep the rest of the body still. Just that leg is working. That's going to keep your core engaged. All right, here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then knee to chest, kick out. Knee to chest, kick out. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Let's go ahead and bring our hands down, sitting back down. Good. Take your hips down, take your legs out in front. If you'd like, you can flex those feet and just reach towards your toes. Good. Touch the toes. This is another good one that if you can't reach there or would like, you can always use a duck. Maybe place your hands there, wherever you want to place it. Place the forehead down, place your arms down. All right. Let's go ahead and slowly come up. Good. And then just keep your blocks handy. And we're going to transition now to hands and knees. So we'll keep our blocks handy just in case you want to use them. I'll demonstrate a few things with it. Here's where a lot of times hands and knees can bother people's knees. So if you would like that cushion, go ahead and find something here. Good. So here we are in our hands and knees. Let's go ahead and inhale, arch one way. And exhale, lower. Good, one more time. Big inhale, tuck the tailbone under, round through the spine. And then lower other way. Good. All right, let's go through a few gentle flowing postures here. So from hands and knees, we're going to take a big inhale, come all the way up, maybe a little back bend here. And then go ahead and slowly reach forward, look through your hands, child's pose here. And then very slowly, let's come on to our bellies. Good. So from here, I am in a cobra pose. My hands are flat and wide, and then we do a very gentle back bend, keeping elbows down if you prefer. And then slowly Come to hands and knees again. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog pose. Good. Pedal out your feet, so that's dropping one heel and then the other to stretch those calves. Good. And then lower down into your plank pose. So if plank bothers your wrists, you can come down like I'm going to demonstrate today into forearm plank. We're going to do a little bit of strength here, taking our knees in little walks to the chest. So give this a try. We'll walk for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, lower down again, all the way to the belly. Good. And then come back into child's pose. Good. Breathe. Let's try that one more time. Here we go. We slowly come back onto the heels. Take your time to get there. And then we begin. Big inhale, arms up, back bend. Exhale, fold the body forward, look through your hands, and pull the body through. Little baby back bend here. Take care of you. Good. And lower down. Come to hands and knees, and then find your way to our downward facing dog pose. Pedal out those feet, and again. Good. Lift those hips high, and then find your plank pose. Again, you can be at the top of a push-up, or if you have any wrist issues or injuries, you can come down to forearms. Knee to chest, little walks here. Good. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Great. Little back bend. And back to child's pose. Good. We're going to try a modification of camel pose now while we're on our knees. If you would like to use one block and you have one, you can. If not, I'll show you what to do. So we're going to go ahead and come up to our knees again. Tuck your toes like I have here, so not flat, tucked up. If you are using a block today, please place it right in between your ankles. So we're going to start with hands right at the small of our backs. Take a big inhale and press your hips forward. Yeah. Opening the chest. So this should be a nice stretch for your quads and your hip flexors already. All right, come on up. Now you can stick with this or try a couple variations here with me. Let's take one hand up. This is my left hand. Look at the hand. Press the hips forward, and then I invite you to go ahead with your right hand and hold on to your block, or maybe your ankle if you don't have a block. And just press those hips forward. So it is a bit of a back bend, but press the hips. That's where I want you to focus your attention more than the back. Good. Reach. Nice. All right, come on up. And let's switch sides. Other hand comes up. Look at your hand. Press the hips forward and then see if you can reach for that block. Good. Take a big breath here. And then come up. Good job. You can go ahead and remove your block if you're using it. Good. Coming back into child's pose to counter pose. Maybe round the back just a little bit here. Awesome. All right, we're going to take a little lunge sequence here, and this is one where blocks could be handy. You're going to want to set them up on either side of your mats if you're using them. Let's go ahead into all fours. And from here, we're going to come into a lunge. So we're going to step our right foot forward. Good. And then here's what we would do with our blocks. With no blocks, you can keep it up high or down here. All right, so we're in a lunge. Slowly start to press the hips down. Big inhale, a little back bend here. And then today, let's try lunge twist. So we're going to try left hand forward, right back, and then twist over that front knee. So I've got one arm here, and then the other one I took behind the back to just deepen the twist. Great. Let's go ahead and release that. And then I want you to shift the hips back, straighten your front leg, lift the toes, as you can see here, off of our mat, and bring your head to knee. Good. One last breath here. All right. Let's go ahead and slowly shift the hips forward. From here, we're going to go into a side lunge. So I would be facing away from you, but I'm going to show you on the other side so that you can see. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to lift that back knee off of the mat, bring our arm on the inside of that front right leg, and then turn to the side. Yeah, so I'll show you just facing the front. Find your best. I'm going to show you some variations. If you have a block, you can bring it up higher. If you do not have a block, but you like it higher, you can come on up here. Just know we're going to be bending the other leg here in a moment. You can have hands on the ground. Find your variation. And then we go ahead, we shift the other way. As I just mentioned, bend your other knee, straighten the other leg. Good. All right. And then one last little stretch here in center. Wide leg standing forward bend. Allow the body to come forward. Release, relax. Good. Good job. All right, let's go ahead. Slowly make our way back to the front of our mat where we started. And then let's just take a short little vinyasa here. Find your way into plank, drop the hips down, and then slowly lower down onto the belly. Inhale, back bend. And exhale. Back to child's pose. And then let's just go right into side two. So hands and knees, step your left foot forward. And let's find our lunge on this side. Good. Little back bend if you like. And then we're going to try our twist to the left. So now our right hand is going to come over that left side and left hand behind the back. Good. All right, you can slowly start to untangle everything. And then let's go ahead and begin to straighten that front leg and bring the head forward. Good. Good. Stretch everything out. All right, and then let's bend the knee. And just like before, now we're going to take our hand on the inside of that leg. Find your lunge on this side. And then switch other side. So you should be facing whichever is the other side of the mat. I'm just doing it this way both times so you can see my face and hear me. All right. Slowly come to center, wide legs, standing forward bend one more time. Great. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly start to come up. Let's move our blocks out of the way. And let's come down to a comfortable seat. Good. So from here, we're going to do reclined pigeon today, which is a wonderful restorative pose. And we're going to bring it into a twist on each side. So you can set equipment out of the way. And before we do that, and then right after that, we'll go into our meditation for today. I invite you to bring the soles of the feet together, finding your bound ankle. And we'll go ahead and gently fold the body forward. Good. Go ahead and slowly come up. And now I invite you at this time to go ahead and come onto your back for our reclined pigeon. So laying on the back, getting yourself comfy. You want to make sure that that low back is touching the mat so you're not arching up. We bend our knees, place our feet on the mat, and then I invite you to cross your right ankle above the left knee. From here, we take the knee to the chest, and you can gently hold on as I'm demonstrating here at the back of the leg. For a lot of people on this right side, they'll be feeling a good glute stretch. Other variations within this pose, you can gently press on the right knee, opening this up further. You can hang out here, maybe pulling the knees to your chest, or if you'd like to try that twist with the legs in this reclined pigeon, you're going to take the legs as they are over to the left. So give it a try. For a lot of people, this is a pretty intensive stretch. If you don't like it, you can go to a regular twist, which is where both knees are stacked on top of each other. Okay, so find out which version you would like. Take a big inhale and exhale. Good. And then let's go ahead and slowly start to bring the legs up and untangle your legs and then realign the spine. And then when you're ready, cross left ankle over right knee, gently pull the knee towards you. And same thing, you can pull the knees close to the chest, take any variation, or if you want to try recline pigeon twist, you're just going to bring the legs in that posture over to the side. You should be able to see it a little better this time because I'm facing you. But here's your modification if you prefer that. Just notice where this stretches the hip
Take one last breath here in your twist. Good. And then whenever you're ready, let's slowly roll back onto our backs, maybe hugging the knees into the chest one more time. Any stretches you'd like to do, please take them. And then when you're ready, slowly relax onto your back, gently close your eyes, and find your Shavasana pose. Take a few deep breaths. Let it go. Allow the body to sink down towards the earth. Know that just as it is important and we take a lot of pride in being active, doing a lot of activity, that taking time to rest is also very important. So in a class like this, it's okay to allow yourself to let go, to release effort, to release doing for a little while. If you'd like, for these last few moments, you can return to perhaps counting the breaths again. On an inhalation, counting up to 4, and an exhale, counting out to 6. Good. If you find your mind wandering, know that's normal, and just gently guide your attention back to your breath. And then whenever you're ready, we'll start to stretch, move any way that feels good to you. And then gently roll onto your side whenever you are ready. And using your hands, you'll slowly start to push yourself up to a comfortable seat. Take your time. Good. Awesome. Once you get there, slowly open your eyes. And we'll conclude today's practice by taking a big inhale, palms together, bring all that positive, calm energy back to your heart. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you a peaceful rest of your day. Thank you. Namaste. Great job today. See you later.